Welcome friends, this is Christy from Homegrown, and I wanted to tell you a little secret that I found out. So today I wanted to talk to you about food grade buckets, and I had heard or was told that you can get a hold of food grade buckets pretty easy. So I went to Walmart. I had to run to town today, and I stopped by Walmart and went by the cake decorating section and asked the lady, do you have any food grade buckets that you would be willing to get rid of or sell? And her comment was, how many would you like? And I said, how many you could possibly spare. So she went to the back, she was back a couple minutes, and she came back and says, well, I have more small ones than large ones. And I said, I'll take whatever I can get. And she came out and she had 2 5-gallon buckets. There's 2 of them, and then she had 5 of the smaller buckets. What are they using these for? Well, these are actually buckets that, let me see if I can find it on this one here. These are actually buckets that they get icing in. So when they're done with these, and they get them in bulk, and then when they're done with these, I'm assuming maybe they throw them away in the trash bin. So what I had heard was that you could get these for $1 a piece. And she said, would you like the lids? And I said, of course I would. And I'm looking at these lids, and these lids do have a seal in them, like a little rubber seal. And that, now how well these are going to seal, I really don't know. You know, these are just push-on lids. Maybe that seal was for when they had the piece around it, but there is a rubber gasket in there. These are the 2 lids that came with it. Now, when I got to the register, and of course I have 5 small and all 5 of the lids, 2 5-gallon buckets, and both of the lids for that. And she said I could probably come back every couple weeks for more buckets. And when I got to well, she handed me this piece of paper. And I think this is the label that they use to put on their cakes. And I took it to the self-checkout and scanned it. And I managed to get all these buckets for $1. I don't know if these were supposed to be $1 a piece, or if they were supposed to be $1 for all of them, but I managed to get them for $1. So either the lady was really generous today, or that's just maybe how much they are, which to me is a ridiculously cheap price, because I know some people will go to Lowe's or Walmart and pay anywhere from $5 to $10 for one of their buckets that says, you know, their logo on it. And these buckets, I mean, they feel as heavy as what a Lowe's or Walmart bucket would be, or Home Depot, or wherever you would get that from. So what I like about these is the fact that they're food grade. They've already been certified as such, and my plan is to use them with my herbs and salves. So these are going to be going into people's mouths and onto their skin, so food grade bucket would be perfect. And also, I will be getting hopefully a milk cow here soon, or a friend's going to let me borrow their milk cow. My hopes were to maybe be able to take something like this with me after it's been cleaned, and then put the, milk the cow down in it, and then use a gamma lid to shut it, fasten it, and bring it home with me. Now that brings me to the next comment, or the next section, I guess. These, when I went to town, I had a coupon for Tractor Supply. And I know a lot of people don't agree with the little scan cards that you get on your keychain. Some of them say, well, they're using that to track you. Well, I don't really know what they're using it for exactly. I mean, I know part of it, but it's actually benefited us quite a bit. They'll ask for your birthday. On my birthday, I've gotten anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20% off certain things, or maybe even coupons. And this particular week, we got a coupon in an email for $10, and this is Tractor Supply. So they don't have the little scan card, or at least our store doesn't, say like Kroger does, and you put your little keychain tag up there and scan it. They have what's called a Neighbors program, Neighbors Plus or something like that, and you give them your phone number and all of your purchases are saved in the system. So this has actually saved our butts a few times because, for instance, Lowe's or Tractor Supply, I've bought a plant and it died 6 months down the road for whatever reason. And you have up to a year you can take that back, but sometimes you can't find your receipts. So they already had it in their system. All they had to do was either look it up or call, and it shows, and they can email you that receipt, and then you can return it. So it's helped us out a lot. But getting back to, I had an email this morning, and it was for $10 off of the next purchase. Well, I had to go to Tractor Supply for feed, and I knew that I was going to be getting, or at least going to get, these buckets, and thought it would be great if I could have a gamma lid to go with it. And believe it or not, Tractor Supply sells gamma lids, or at least ours does, and it was $9.95. So I actually got this lid for free. It's the lid and the seal. And for those of you who aren't familiar with gamma lids, basically these are to protect, whether you're a prepper or you're just trying to save food. You can take a regular bucket like this one that doesn't have it on there, and you take your ring, which has the seal or the O-ring in there, and you put this on here. I'm not going to put it on now because this isn't a clean bucket. And then you kind of pop that on there. And then there is a kind of a ring, screw top system on here. And you put this on. And then you just twist it down like that. And then you have a completely 100% sealed bucket. These buckets, because they came from the cake decorating section, they smell very sweet. Actually, they've been loaded with icing, and I think she tried to maybe clean them out because they're a little wet, and I'm getting a little bit of residue from the icing or maybe the lard that was in it, so I'll have to wash these really good. And I'll want to wash the gamma lid too. But so this cost me absolutely nothing thanks to the Neighbors program at Tractor Supply. I used my $10 coupon. Got this for free, and then the buckets, I managed to get 5, 6, 7 buckets with the lids for $1. Figure that one out. That is cents down to the T. Now, the smaller buckets, this is a 5-gallon bucket, and there's a gamma. This fits that. They do make lids for the smaller buckets. This is actually a set that I purchased, and it came this way. And I will be perfectly honest with you. This whole set, nope, it was this one. This whole set came together. These gamma buckets and lids and rings are ridiculously expensive. I don't even remember how much I paid for. I think I got a set of 6 or 9. And you got the bucket and the ring and the lid together. And I don't see, here it is. Maybe there's, I don't know, hopefully they don't show up backwards on the TV, but fits 3.5 to 7-gallon buckets and pails with airtight, and it's the same thing, just on a smaller scale. There's that. Here's the twist on, and that came with this. So that tells me that I should be able to purchase these. That'll fit the other icing buckets instead of having to spend so much extra for this. So I'll be waiting for another coupon. What are we going to use these for? Well, I make salves and herbs, and I've also acquired a milk cow from a friend who is he's going to let me come and milk the cow. I'm going to start putting some of the creams into my salves and lotions from her. And this will be a great way for me to make sure that this stays clean and sanitary. You know, a lot of times we live around the Amish, and a lot of times the milk, when you milk it, the cow kicks or whips its tail, and you got stuff on your hands, or you know, you touch your stool to move it, and then you get grass and it ends up down in your milk. That's why you strain your milk and your stuff before you use it, to get that stuff out of there. But at least it doesn't get spilled in the truck on the way home, or you know, other things fly in it. So as soon as I'm done, I can put it in here, twist the lid on, and then get it home and use it that way. Maybe at some point Somebody's probably going to comment and say you're not supposed to use plastic, maybe you're supposed to use stainless steel. I don't know. I'll find that out later on, but until I can get some stainless steel containers. But if this works, this is what I'll use. For preppers, this is a great thing. I mean, a dollar, even if it's $1 a piece, you know, that's crazy savings. Keep a track of your coupons. Apparently now I know that Tractor Supply has these. Rural King might have them. So, you know, if you use their neighbors program, maybe you can get birthday gift certificates and coupons to do something similar like this. But I just hate to see people go to the store and spend $5 to $10 for a bucket when you can go out and go to your local bakery, your Walmart or Kroger, and get the same thing for $1 or maybe even less. So I have big plans for these buckets. I hope this video helped you. If it did, please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you next time.